Okay, everybody has heard of geocaching, where you have GPS coordinates to a prize sitting somewhere in the forest or on a trail or any other location. Well, this is a takeoff of geocaching. We're going to call it Geo Scouting. You have a GPS coordinates to where the target is set up. From there, you navigate your way towards the target, getting as close as you want or as close as you dare. One of the Scout rifle's attributes is that it's easy to be carried in the field. The Scout is going to spend 99% or more of his time walking, observing, and scouting, and probably less than 1/10 of his time shooting. So, being a little tack-tardish here, some kind of ready position is not a bad idea. So far, the slung up, the looped up ready position appears to be quite comfortable. The idea is to get close to the target, but not too close. Mission of the Scout is to observe without being seen. So you need to come up on the target, sight the target, determine what the target is, whether or not to engage it, or whether or not to let the AR guys do the engaging. So observing without being observed is the primary defense of the Scout. Target was approached, single decisive blow administered. The question is, did I pull it off without being seen from downrange? We'd like to talk about camo patterns and ghillie suits and other ways of concealing ourselves. Now this target, in spite of being a color that in the dive community we refer to as yum yum yellow, we call it yum yum yellow because bright yellow, international orange, and other bright colors have been known to attract sharks. And yet here, in spite of this bright color, spotting this target is not as easy as one might expect. Shooting around the tree was a good idea. Provides cover from incoming fire and concealment from view. However, this 110 has a muzzle brake. I had the muzzle brake directly up against the tree. In so doing, I blocked off the left half of the muzzle brake, causing more gas to vent out of the right. The result was a big white smoky flag. Hi, here I am, gotcha. Once again, against a single adversary, that probably wouldn't have made a difference. Against two or more, combat carbine counter ambush drill, here we come. The late Colonel was never a fan of extreme range shooting. One of his mottos is, get close enough but not too close. Laser rangefinder gives me the target at 45.7 yards. That would be, I believe, for those of you who have actually been in the infantry and done counter, that would consider an ambush far, not an ambush close. So your technique would have been to produce massive counterfire and break contact. However, if the leader decided to do an ambush near, that would have been massive volume of suppressive fire countered by a frontal assault and or flanking maneuver. Once again, that would have put me in a disadvantageous position and The AR people would have gotten the last laugh on this one. So we currently have our target, that direction, range of 0.14 miles, which equates to around 260 yards. With the tall grass, target is completely out of view. So even if it's yum yellow color, you're not going to see it. The first temptation, which is what I gave into first time I tried this, was to get close enough to see it. That got me to within 46 yards, well within volume fire of combat carbine range. Once again, against a lone target, that wouldn't be a problem. Against 2 or more men, big problem. Currently moving along the creek bed, below ground level and vegetation height, completely out of view of the target. I'm going to have to go above the grass line. So to view the target, I'm going to use another tree for both cover and concealment. The tree that I previously used for cover and concealment is obscuring the target. Now my first temptation was to get closer. Well, that got me too close and well inside combat carbine range. Something you don't want to do if you're outnumbered. Target has been acquired again after soaking the creek bed. Now the range is 36 yards, but I'm in very thick brush, which would allow me to take my shot and retreat to the creek bed and change position. Lone target, I would take the shot. If this was a squad of any kind, forget it. So, in conclusion, Richard Mann wasn't kidding when he said to appreciate the scout rifle, you need to get off the range and into the field. Now, while launching rounds downrange is sexy, launching rounds downrange is fun. 95% of scouting is not only finding what's out there, determining whether or not it needs to be shot, but now to set up your shot. Find a position of cover and concealment that allows you to take the shot and make a clean escape. Back to our little series, Tactical versus Traditional. Another Richard Mann quote, if you find yourself using the tactard features of a production scout, you're a lousy scout. Once again, if you're a good scout, you pull off a good scouting mission, the traditional 4-round flush magazine setup will serve you just fine. I personally like to have the extra capability and not need it than to need it and not have it. Out in the field, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Making weight. The production scouts do not make weight. Out here in the field, you feel it. So, Steve Gifford, he stripped down his Steyr Scout in order so that it does make weight. Only now can I appreciate why he did that. As for me, well, what I have is what I have, so it's out there trying to do more bench presses and get a little better shape out in the field. A couple more Cooper athletic drills. So I haven't reviewed the footage close up yet, but it looks like round 2 was rather successful. Get back to you on that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Nope.